Well, Kyle. Yes, Kyle. I played my first Metroid game. Why? I'm not really sure. I think it's because we're going through old Final Fantasies and it's a part of history I missed. Samus to me was always a Super Smash Bros. Character, the one that charged up in the corner and then went hunting. Maybe some screw attacks, dropping bombs slowly as they descend back down. You know, a dick character to play. But with all the Dark Souls beat in my life, I was looking for a new challenge, and these old Metroidvanias seem to be the origin story of all this. Now, it's worth mentioning that this is a game that people get really good at. There's this thing called speed running, where people defeat these games as fast as possible. But there was surprisingly little argument about which one I should start with. Everyone seemed to agree that the Game Boy Advanced Metroid Zero mission was the correct place. And since I have a Switch and the subscription service, I was able to play it. Emulator free. Is that everything? Are we good? It worked very well and it was smooth sailing outside the fact that I had never played a game like this. Some of you are ancient vampires that need a fresh mortal a pet to show you what it's really like to be human again. And I certainly felt human in this game. First of all, never having really played these old games, my fingers just kind of naturally gravitated to this stick, which was a terrible idea. Holding this particular controller with the thumb down here to navigate a more smooth experience was just hard. This plays way more like a fighting game than I expected. Your inputs need to be rather exact. Only one push down to crouch. If you do two push downs, you're gonna end up as a ball, which will get you killed, but more on that later. For now, let's get into the game itself. You play as Samus, doesn't really matter, you don't know who it is, and you don't know why she has a suit. You go to Brinstar, you get the Morph Ball, the Long Beam, the Missile Tank, all very quickly. This, in conjunction with the enemies and the Centipede boss that you fight first, guides you through the game in a rather spectacular way. Ah, frickin' Digimon! Oh shit! Farts. I was extremely impressed with the game's lack of tutorials. Maybe you got a sentence, maybe with a comma. Naturally, you try different things, they end up working. Sometimes the game leads you into a situation where you use the right thing, or you fire, and it hits a wall, revealing a secret. But very quickly, the game ramps up. You have to deal with these freaking flies. Oh my god, these are as annoying as real flies. There was this tip corner I didn't know how to get to, backtracking for health. You kill the centipede, whatever the hell this thing is. All the while, the music is just pounding. It feels like it's constantly yelling, "You're the hero, go faster." But I couldn't. After a tutorial zone, if this is even the tutorial zone, doesn't matter. Do these games even have tutorials? Is it just a legacy of Castlevanias and Metroids that have taught you how to play at this point? You go down to Norfair. Now, Norfair is sweet. The music is so smooth. Takes you on a journey, has a little surprise in it too. This game looks like every indie game. Every indie game wants to be this game. In particular, the Norfair level. Wait, what the shit is that? The Chozo Ruins. Oh, the music. The music. You get the power grip? I have some notes. This thing's a little clunky. The double tap up or tapping forward while holding on, or maybe just hitting jump when you try to go up. It is sticky. There we go. Okay, we're good. But it ain't sticky when you're getting hit by enemies. And these knockbacks, oh, the knockbacks. It's very arcadey. It feels like it's after your quarters and getting knocked into the lava. And sometimes you get sandwiched between two enemies while in the lava and you just get ping pong back and forth. Oh, no. Ooh. Ah. Oh, that sucks. You unlock the ice beam. Good fun. Great puzzle mechanic. Classic. Freeze enemies where they are. Possibly my favorite next to time stops. So I go back to Brinstar, try this place again, still can't get through, but I do get the fly room missile. And then it's down to Kraid. Crand, not my favorite. The music's fun, if a bit basic. Most of my time was wasted on the mystery of these zip lines. I made some turtle friends, tried some doors, died in the hot room. And this is where it really started to dawn on me what I was dealing with. Again, this is my first Metroidvania game ever. Now, it's worth noting I did play Hunters, which was that weird DS one where you had the stylist in order to direct your first person. It wasn't great. The blue blocks, the crab on the map, all this hinting at where to go, but those hints are starting to dry up. You ride the ball up, now you see two crabs, you know there's some sort of tunnel there. And so you explore. But the hints are getting less and less. The rooms are getting more obscure. The dead ends, are they dead ends? Or is there a secret in there? Eventually, real paths start feeling like secrets. So you're completely turned around. You don't even know what's real. So I finally figured out how to power up the zip lines, ride the zip lines. You fight a tentacle boss. He's okay. More lava, or is this acid at this point? You go down and fathom his big ass chamber. I solved the leftover zipline puzzles. More hieroglyph blocks. This part's pretty easy. And I'm starting to think, should I just shoot everything? Do you just walk in a room and start firing? How do you know if a block is gonna need a missile or not? Should I just walk in every room and just start firing missiles? Is that how we're supposed to go about this? The Kraid boss. Nightmares for children. Nice cutscene. Would have scared the crap out of me. This boss is mechanically bizarre. I think he's firing fingernails or maybe the essence of his scratches, but he still scratches, so what the hell is extending out of him? Are they teeth? His hands get in the way of his face, you're trying to hit him with the missiles, you have to hit the face so that he opens his mouth so you can put a missile into it. Honestly, I fell down pretty early and I thought his little belly button holes were his vulnerability spot, particularly the third one because it didn't shoot hands or feet out of it. I have a light knowledge of arcade games. I know that things start flashing if you hit them, and that's really my experience with old stuff. And this was a remake from 2004. So maybe the missiles did go in the belly buttons. But no, you gotta hit his face, and eventually the little feet things he's shooting out of his 3 holes become the platforms that you finish the battle on. Main lesson here was just learning how to jump and fire, which is worth noting is still kind of like a fighting game. You gotta up, then hit right, and then fire. But if you keep holding that right, you're gonna waste a lot of missiles. And then you get the speed booster. What a cool upgrade. What a great puzzle mechanic. Makes you rethink every room you've ever been in. You start to think, was there a wall there? And at first you take it kind of casually. You're thinking about just the room you're in, but no, it works between rooms. You run and gun, you can pop open the shields, and you're still running on the other side of that load screen, that level change. It's honestly incredible. Wow, that's cute. Oh, geez. Now, I know a lot of you are really excited about fart sparking or whatever it's called. That's advanced stuff. I think I did it once. It was cool, but not a first playthrough kind of thing. Be kind to your friends. So it's back to Brinstar. Ridley, I know this guy. He's on the box art for Super Metroid. He's been around. He's in Super Smash now. Some sort of pterodactyl beast. Maybe a dragon because he shoots fire. But I didn't know he was a pilot. I thought he was just a monster. What, is he controlling it? Is he sitting on a brain? Is he psychic? And he narrows his eyes like he's mad at Samus for some reason because she's in the Chozo ruins. What's his deal? Why is he upset about that? So back to Norfair, which I like to call No Fair. Ha! Get the high jump. World of possibilities. Grubbing your way. Okay, go around him somehow. This is gonna be a speed boost area. Back to Brinstar. I finally got this tank. I was pretty proud that I got this tank. And more than anything, I finally solved this area, which had a really cute bug puzzle. You gotta get the bugs on you to destroy the orb. It was communicated quite clearly. Now that you're looking for bugs, you're thinking, what are those bugs doing up there? The Varia suit. The Varia suit? The suit that's in all the Super Smash Bros. Finally, I'm immune to acid and hot rooms, not lava. Acid's green. This acid was yellow the whole time, so I thought it was lava. I was so excited to go everywhere and anywhere, but no, lava's still too hot. So you pick up the bugs, drop them off at the daycare orb, and it's back to Norfair. Through the hot rooms, and the extra hot lava. These eggs gave me so much trouble, or whatever this platform is. I was getting deep into the game and my jump completely changed. This damn seahorse.
You know, that might be in lava rooms. What? It had an arc on it?
And then I'd fall in the lava, and the lava was too hot. Face this turtle management simulator. Why is he down there? And it's finally off to Ridley. Ridley's a place, not a guy, but I guess that's his name. The Brinstar, the Cran dude, I guess that's just their names. The music was eerie, but I was properly lost. I started coming up with puzzles that didn't exist. Did I have to freeze these guys around the little red points on the square? Why couldn't I hit the grub? I definitely killed the grub. So this was a new grub? There was a room with nothing in it, except for bugs, which are great for farming, and since I have infinite missiles because there's infinite bugs, I started blasting. I fired missiles everywhere. I found a hole. I climbed in the hole, and I was off. Super missiles, unknown items, it's flown again, prog is on, and I find Ridley.
Ah, the lava, what, he's freaking Mario? What the Oh, I can shoot those. Ah, shit. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Your typical aggro boss. Not so hard, just aggro. And once you calm down, he gives you every opportunity in the world to hit him. He even picks you up so you can launch missiles into his face. Door opens, it's go time, back to Norfair. And all of a sudden there's this massive hole. What's with the fly box? I ran out of missiles. I had to start charging my gun to defeat him. I had just used all my missiles on Ridley. And then I go down the hole and there's this formal missile pad, clearly where I was supposed to get missiles in the first place. So I didn't know. I didn't know that the grub was the grub from upstairs that I killed during the turtle puzzle, and that the areas are actually connected like that. Obviously there's an elevator, but I made an assumption that this hole was not that hole. Got the screw attack from Super Smash Bros. Grab some stuff I missed, and it's off to the big door. Speaking of the big door, why does it have Ridley's face on it? I guess Kraid and Ridley are friends? But why did they build a door that would only open on their deaths? But Ridley's from space. So why did he open a door? Why did he build the door? Why did the Chozo build the door? I guess it's a ruin, so the Chozo built the door. They wanted you to kill Ridley and Kraid? It's down to Turian, the music, big aliens influence. I only know this because Chad told me the Metroids are chewing on dead bodies. Sweet. You pull one at a time, you're methodical, it's slow, it's dangerous. If you get more than one on you, you're dead.
Oh my freaking god. Oh my god.
This was another challenge, because you had to down to get into bomb. Drop one bomb. If you drop more than one bomb, you just bounce into the next one. Then freeze them, get out your missiles, then shoot. And then get ready for the next one. And this final corridor, oh man. Between the donuts and Cheerios, the missile walls, the tiny pea shooters, the freaking lava. In this final fight versus Mother Brain, you had to find the safe spot. At least I did, your playthrough may vary. You gotta freeze the Cheerios so they don't respawn and fire again instantly. You need to crouch once and cycle to missiles and fire just a few before those Cheerios unthaw. Then you start having to dodge the Psy Blasts. And don't get hit by those peas while you're up there because you're gonna end up in the lava. And climbing out of the lava is impossible because you're being shot by the pea shooters and the Cheerios are still flying. Honestly, the crouch was the hardest part about this entire exchange because I accidentally kept turning into a ball. After 3 pulls, I get it, I downer, I completely forgot I even had super missiles, so it took a little longer than maybe it should. I'm treated to a thrilling escape, timer's ticking, gotten pretty good at the jumps at this point, and it's time to end the game. Wrong, required stealth section. Listen, it's cute. The Game Boy Advance game added a level. It kinda sucks. Chozodia's music is alright. You're in the pirate ship for the majority of it, which is thematic enough. The stealth is rough. I failed a lot, but on the plus side, you just gotta make it to the next bonfire. Once you save, everything's behind you, you just keep moving forward. I still don't really understand how the pirates worked. The stun did not really last enough to be dynamic. The eye turrets would sometimes disappear. I guess that was a frame rate issue, but it was really cute when they shot each other. At the end of this stealth section, you're treated to a boss that's not hard, but is super frustrating. It's just a bouncing orb with you inside, and if you shoot the U part, you take damage, and you have to hit 3 times while it's flying around in circles while managing the okay diagonal shot. I'm glad it exists. I would rather hold down L than not be able to shoot diagonally. At the end though, oh, you're rewarded with a fully powered suit. All those mystery bits unlocked, and you finally understand why Samus risked her life to delve into Brinstar in the first place. She was raised by the bird people, and it was their technology all along. It's why she showed up unprepared, unupgraded, and determined to reach the end. And then the music starts. That heroic music is back on, and you go guns a-blazing. Or you would if you knew how to super duper spinny jump. Chat was begging, pleading with me, jump with rhythm, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But they would get no release. And I was stuck in this pit, the music was blaring, and I had one job, figure out how to do the infinite jump. Finally got out of the pit, stealth is over, it's time for revenge. There was a new bomb to unlock, new doors to unlock, but none of that matters, it's go time. I tried out one of these endgame puzzles. It's for the pros. I don't know if it was a Flappy Birds thing or something to do with the fart shine, but I kept moving. You face Robo Ridley. He's okay. He's not the hardest thing you've faced so far. It took 2 pulls, figure out what you should dodge and what you should shoot. Not that hard. And this time I remembered my super missiles. Another countdown to escape, real cute with the Gomp Gomp droid. And it's the real ending. She loved those crazy bird people. and I'm treated to my score screen. I didn't ask for it, but it gave me one. Ultimately, for a game in a style I had never experienced, I think I did pretty well. I can absolutely see the appeal of improving. This is not a long game. And it feels rewarding to get good at it. And your knowledge compounds as you learn new locations and what missile goes where and where all the secrets are. And as a mobile game, trying to go faster, get a better score, getting it under 4 hours, that'd feel pretty cool. And there's more than enough easy upgrades to get that, should you have hit a difficulty wall, you probably could have turned around and gotten some more tanks, gotten some more health, picked up some more missiles. The other 48% of secrets, I didn't feel like I needed in those final moments. And like a Souls game, any frustration I felt along the journey was replaced with the joy of completion.
He's dead? Why was... How did that work? How did that work?
After checking out the original, I have no desire to see that. That's a little rough. And I can see why people recommend Zero Mission as your first one. And I'm now very curious about Super. I know there's some stuff about the Game Boy version, there's some story in there, there's a fan-made emulator one that I'm not going to be streaming. This whole game felt way longer than 7 hours, which goes to show that it was a proper journey. Anyway, I'm off to go play Castlevania now. What could go wrong, right? Right?